South Africans in here. Ireland's top prop start, Andrew Porter and Tadhg Furlong. Tadhg Byrne and James Ryan are the locks. Veteran Peter O'Mahony lines up with Josh van der Fleer and Caelan Doris in the back row. In the back line, Stuart McCluskey is in late for Robbie Henshaw. Conor Murray wins his 100th cap 11 years after his first. Rob Ballacoon is on the wing in the absence of Lowe Conway and Earls. Hugo Keenan plays his first match minutes of the season. South Africa field a very strong side with Etzebeth and De Jager, two totems behind a grisly front row of Kitchoff, Marks and Malherbe. Sia Khaleesi is the captain. No Dwayne Vermeulen, so Leicester's Jasper Wiese is the number 8. In the backs, Toulon's Cheslin Colby is back in a Buck jersey for the first time since June. No Lecanyoam, so Jesse Creel wears 13 alongside Damien de Allende. Damien Willems is at 10, no Pollard or Yankees. The Irish bench includes Jimmy O'Brien now, and look at that bomb squad front row, ready to explode into action. The Bucks, as usual, have a mighty fine front row on the bench. Alongside me is Fiona Coughlin, recently inducted to the IRFU Hall of Fame. 85 caps, Fiona, a Grand Slam and 3 World Cups. Will this be the big bash, or will it be more nuanced than that?
I just hope it lives up to what we think it's going to be, and the hype and buzz around this game has just been huge, and the build-up. So, like, we're looking at a bang-in form Irish team. I hope they continue to play in the manner that they've been playing all through the summer, and whether they're going to match up against this hugely physical South African team. And that's an area Ireland has struggled against, the likes of France and Six Nations and a 14-man England team, whether they can actually match up to see it. And I hope they don't get into an arm wrestle to South Africa. They look to play their way.
Nika Amashu Kelly from Georgia. Johnny Sexton gets Ireland underway, playing in their blue tops, and South Africa in their dark green. First touch for Cheslin Colby, his first international at fullback. He has played there quite a bit for the Stormers, Toulouse and Toulon.
On you, please.
I think he's just one of those players. He's played it out half as well at club level, and he's just so skillful, so exciting on the ball. Interesting by Ireland there, they went straight down the middle to put Colby under pressure with his kick. It was probably not the strongest part of his game, but to try and kick from the middle of the field, and he certainly got a good distance from that one.
No Ronan Kelleher, so Dan Sheehan playing that out half. Caelan Doris with the carry. Here's Conor Murray, his 100th cap for Ireland. Won the chase. And Ireland had it through Gary Ringrose, powering their way into that South African 22. Ball is really slowed down there. It's a penalty advantage. Here's Andrew Porter. Murray again, setting himself to go down that blind side, but back they will come for the penalty. So an encouraging start for this Irish side. Not too bad, the colour clash so far. We can identify the two sides, but it's right in front of the post.
8 offside as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to take their points and chalk down that scoreboard. But interesting again, Conor Murray's obviously getting the start over James Kinston Park. You wonder what way they're going to play. He looks to put a kick up immediately. You question whether that's the right thing, and then they come off with Gary Ringrose winning it back. And I suppose they're trying to negate that whole rush defence from South Africa, and there is a little bit of space in behind.
Gary Ringrose missed the 3rd test against New Zealand in the summer. Started 11 of the last 12. That the one he missed. Here's Johnny Sexton then. 37 years of age, Johnny Sexton. And his half-back partner, Conor Murray, is 33. So they're both veterans these days. I remember 4 years ago, before the World Cup in Japan, the talk was, could Johnny Sexton be managed through one more World Cup? We're saying the same thing 4 years later. But he's been in fabulous form, perhaps playing the best rugby of his career in the last couple of seasons, and he's over 1,000 points for Ireland.
Yeah, look, I was one of those ones that wrote him off after the last World Cup. Question whether he should have been captain of the squad, and by God, is he playing the rugby of his life, and he just seems to just be getting better every time he plays. And this Irish team relies on him so much, probably too much at times, but he just drives the standards of where they're at and the style that they're trying to play.
Damien Willems, his 3rd start at out half for South Africa, played in 2 of the games in the Rugby Championship. Climbing high in the air there for Ireland was Tadhg Beirne. There's several players in this Irish side, Fiona, and Beirne is one of them, who haven't seen much game time.
Yeah, like obviously coming back off the summer tours and then injuries, so not even a huge amount playing at club level, but it's the standard of training that they do week in, week out at their clubs, but also when they step up to Irish camp, the intensity they're training at, and that's what Farrell wants, that's what he's looking for.
Luke de Jager, 26 takes in the Rugby Championship, as did Evan Etzebeth, his second row partner today. Damien Dale-Lendy partnering Jesse Creel in the midfield. Damien Dale-Lendy, of course, spent a couple of years at Munster, as did the South African coaching team, Rassie Erasmus and Jack Nienaber. Rassie Erasmus is 50 today. Happy birthday, Rassie, who completes his 6-month suspension here in Dublin. He'll take his team down to Munster next Thursday. Off goes Cheslin Colby. So much a lightning strike with ball in hand. Cheslin Colby, if you can find space for him.
Going back for advantage.
Such a good read though by Gary Ringrose, you know, out there in the 13 channel, it's so difficult, but he also always makes brilliant reads. I question whether Colby was held on the ground there and actually got back up. He possibly should have released the ball, but they're going back for a penalty advantage off the maul. Right. This is an area of the maul, South African maul. Ireland will be fearful of that. They've just been so potent with their maul, and now they're probably going to kick to look into the corner and go use that maul again.
Yeah, when you talk about the maul, Malcolm Marx and Bongi Mbonambi have scored 24 tries for South Africa between them.
And as he's talking, it's probably, people don't see it as glamorous, but the construction of maul is just huge. You just see here they're sacking, they pull it down there, it's on James Ryan.
You can't block in the line out now. The number of the player who's lifted must be clear and obvious to the opposition. Here is Malcolm Marx then. Finds Evan Etzebeth. Another player in the field with over 100 caps to his name. Ireland defending that maul pretty well initially. Jaden Hendricks was on the right-hand side here. There's no scrum half of the maul. The forwards are going to do it through Malcolm Marx. In goes Hendricks and now Peter Steph du Toit scored 2 tries against the Irish in that tour to South Africa 6 years ago. Hendricks. Luke de Jager is brought down hard around the knees. Good defensive work by Ireland. Peter Steph du Toit, another giant of a man. And Johnny Saxton goes in traditionally high as he does round the chest. Trying to hold up the monstrous Peter Steph du Toit, another equally monstrous Luke de Jager. Here is Evan Etzebeth, 6'8". Luke de Jager, 6'9". Peter Steph du Toit, 6'7". Chance at the outside, maybe for Willemse. Wriggles away from the initial tackle. Hendrickson now, all the pressure coming from South Africa through those big beastly forwards. Jaden Hendricks again, they're all lined up on the outside. Strong carry. Hendricks again, Peter Steph du Toit so heavily involved in that one-out position. Round the corner they come through Malherbe, almost 20 stones. Jesse Creel, who Kanyuam has a knee injury, missing today. Well, misses defensive organisation as well as his attacking spite of arm. Peter Steph du Toit once more. Here is Damien Willemse, much more of a running out half, certainly than Andre Pollard.
No, it's on ball field now, the advantage for us.
Comes back on the South African side, Willemse, there's nobody there. But it's on the bounce, might just favour South Africa here, and it does. Curtly Arendse on this side, on the right wing for the Springboks.
Just a penalty, nothing serious, yeah, fine.
Unbelievable Irish defence there, wave after wave of South African attack. They were 2-man tackles going in over the ball.
For tackling there.
And then just gave away a penalty for offside when they were under so much pressure. And that was a bit of a lazy tackle there from Mac Hansen. He could have just waited until he landed and then smashed him into touch.
Well, these two last met here in 2017 when Ireland scored 4 tries in a remarkable 38-3 win against the Springbok side that was then coached by Alistair Coetzee. But remarkably, 2 years later under Rassie Erasmus, the Boks won the World Cup. What happened to Ireland? They went out to the quarter-final stage, heavily trumped by New Zealand.
Yeah, it kind of puts all these 4-year cycle preps for World Cup out the window when he came in 18 months in advance and just change it. But that just shows what a good coach who creates a good culture with good players can do, because they were always good players.
Curtly Aronsa, who scored a try and picked up a red card against New Zealand in August.
Hansen's probably lucky there that it wasn't more than just a penalty.
Yeah, Rassie Erasmus turned South African rugby around in that 18-month spell. He's not a bad daddy dancer either, is he, Rassie Erasmus, with a few beers on board? Damien Willems hasn't got a great kicking percentage. They are actually missing a true world-class goal kicker today, South Africa. I wonder will that affect them going forward in this game.
Yeah, look, obviously he's been trusted in that role at 10. He's probably better out the field, but he does attack the gain line quite hard, and that's probably one of his strengths. But I don't think he's an out-and-out 10 to tactically manoeuvre a team around the pitch. So it'll be interesting to see if they come under pressure how he goes there.
Johnny Sexton with the restart. Peter Steph du Toit has already got through a mountain of work in 9 minutes, getting a lot of touches on the ball. Off goes Evan Etzebeth, the so-called Springbok enforcer, man who apparently eats raw wildebeest for breakfast.
No, 5, don't pull it, 5, don't pull it.
And Frank de Klerk is on the bench. De Klerk has lost a bit of form in recent times, and a semi-charge down comes in from Dan Sheehan. Got his hands to the ball, but now it's Keelan Doris who makes the tackle on the floor. Aaron's Hendricks for Luke de Jager. Aaron again up quickly in defence. Certainly notable last night how good the New Zealand defence was against the Ireland A side, putting them away by 47 points to 19 at the nearby RDS Stadium in Donnybrook. 7 tries to 3. Damien McKenzie, player of the match. What a performance from him.
Advantage
goes Etzebeth. Ireland have it now through Hugo Keenan. Oh, that was set up for Creel to smash into Robert Balakoon. And off goes the fellow Ulsterman now, Stuart McCluskey. Powerful work for the Ulster centre. Josh van der Fleer. A lot has been said about the improvement in this carrying game. Oh, beautiful. Sexton, the wraparound. Sheehan has to recover though. Damien Willems was in quickly, tries to get the counter up going for South Africa, as does Kitshoff. Rumours that he might be on his way to Ulster after the World Cup.
No, don't drink the leg.
Conor Murray, 65th time he started with Johnny Sexton as his 10. Munster and Leinster combination, and that's a typically teasing Murray box kick, but Willems takes it brilliantly. Hendricks, Jasper Wiese won the Premiership with Leicester Tigers last season. Plays his rugby in England. There is Cheslin Colby in the out half position. He is the reserve out half if Damien Willems goes down in this game.
The counter-rock's fine.
Well, the power at the breakdown from South Africa is easily seen. Johnny Sexton under a lot of pressure. Balakoon has to track back. Tries the offload, gets it away well to Tadhg Furlong. He's only had 40 minutes of rugby this season, Tadhg Furlong. That's a bad. Is he going to be
right? So we go back for advantage.
Penalised here?
Sorry. No, hang on. He took it beyond the breakdown, so he can't. So we go over first. Scrum advantage.
Well, that was all a bit helter-skelter there for a few minutes. Just some of the hits coming in from South Africa. Unbelievable. Keenan does so well to claim this ball. Juggles it at first, claims it, but gets absolutely pulverised by Diolande. And after that, then a counter ruck. They just blitz through the ruck. First scrum of the game is going to be so interesting. Obviously spoke about the bomb squad. Normally this is the sub front row that come on. They're very clever how they use their front rows and when they bring them on, but they're certainly going to look to tire this Irish front row down from the start. You know, questions. Obviously Dan Sheehan has had an unbelievable season to date, but it's a scrummage against a front row like this that questions are going to be asked, and seeing whether they can stand up to that.
Well, the work already Ireland had to do in
tackle.
defence. 46 tackles made in 12 minutes. That is astonishing.
Oh look, that onslaught on the Irish line there was unbelievable. You know, two-man tackles. Ireland aren't committing to the ruck. They're getting fanning out and they're putting two-man tackles on every player.
Yeah, the front rows, as you say, Fiona, it's a bit like the magic roundabout. If you play in the front row for the Springboks. Today it's Kitchoff, Marks and Mulherby starting very often on the bench. On the bench it's Mbonambi, Oxenche and Vincent Koku often start. And there you see the pack weights as well. So it's over 60 kilograms. The advantage for South Africa here as Conor Murray feeds. A lot of hard work ahead for Porter and Furlong and Sheehan and the two men behind them. Of course, scrummaging isn't just the front row job. Oh, they're taking a chance here, Ireland, and it's Mac Hansen. Steps away from Kirtley Aronsa. Damien Dialende brings him down. That used to be Munster versus Connacht. Today it's Ireland versus South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa were quite narrow there off that scrum. The scrum went down. Nika Amishkelly wasn't going to go for a reset, so it was played the ball. Ireland were right to go out wide. There was space out there, just Sexton was under huge pressure when he was throwing that pass out there. But again, some of the hits. Dialende makes a hit, he stays on his feet, he drives through.
Remember that fabulous try Mac Hansen scored against France in the Six Nations, straight from the kick-off, grasped the ball, sprinted in. His only try for Ireland. Ireland's only defeat in the Six Nations last year was, or this year, earlier this year, was to the side that won the Grand Slam, France. France who play South Africa next in Marseille at the Stade Velodrome. Fabulous arena, always a sensational atmosphere there. Good atmosphere here too, but Ireland doing a lot of defending so far, and Hendricks is going to go quickly here. Khaleesi sets himself over the ball for Pieter-Steph du Toit. Kitchoff around the corner again, powering through Irish defenders.
It's your hand, play on. Play on.
Referee says play on, and off goes Jasper Wiese now into McCluskey and Peter O'Mahony. Caelan Doris over the ball with Stuart McCluskey, and that's the turnover Ireland needed to relieve the pressure on their side and to give them just a little bit of a mental boost.
Yeah, it was a brilliant tackle by McCluskey. He tried to hold him up first, ball went, the knee went to the ground, so he had to tackle a release, but then they were straight back in with Caelan Doris for that turnover. Brilliant technique.
Oh, right.
Ireland have won 5 of their last 7 games in Ireland, 12 of their last 18 against the big three, New Zealand, South Africa and Australia. I mean, Ireland have been simply motoring along against all opposition in recent times. That series victory against New Zealand, of course, in July, winning overall by 3 games to 2, 2 matches in there against the Maori on top of that. But look at McCluskey and Doris, 2 teaming in tandem over that ball and winning the whistle.
France is one of the teams I'm really interested in seeing in this autumn series. You know, we obviously haven't seen a huge momentum since they won the Grand Slam, Six Nations, and just to see their conveyor belt of players coming through time and time again. They sent like a 3rd string squad away for their summer tour, and I'm just going to be really interested to see where they're at this autumn.
Ty Byrne receiving some attention there. Peter O'Mahony very much the veteran stage now, but this back row of Peter O'Mahony, Josh van der Flier and Caelan Doris, so good against New Zealand in the summer, and every time Peter O'Mahony gets questioned, he seems to roar back with an incredible individual display.
Yeah, both at club and then at Ireland. You know, that Munster Toulouse game, he was unbelievable here, and then at Ireland in the summer he was brilliant. And I just think there's a lovely balance in that back row. You know, just their skill set complement each other, both in the loose and at set piece as well, because the array of talent in the back row in Ireland is just huge. When you look at some of the names of the players that can't even make the squad, never mind a match day team.
You remember Doris, O'Mahony and van der Flier, in particular in the second test match, which of course Ireland had to win after being well beaten in the first test when they conceded 6 tries to New Zealand, but they were on top of their game on that occasion. South Africa winning 4 and losing 2 in the Rugby Championship just finished. Lost to Australia in Adelaide, New Zealand in Joburg. They beat New Zealand in round 1 at home and then tacked on 3 more wins against the Pumas twice and Australia in Sydney. Ireland, the side in form, #1 in the world, have won 14 of their last 16 tests. The defeats to New Zealand, as I mentioned, the first test in New Zealand, and to France and Paris in the Six Nations, but they've won 30 of their last 32 at the Aviva Stadium. They really are a powerhouse here, but at the moment the powerhouse side is clearly the opposition.
Yeah, Ireland haven't had a huge amount of possession, so we haven't been able to see what they're able to do. But defensively, it's just the wave and the relentlessness of that. It's a lot of time it's one-out runners from South Africa.
And don't they do it well? They're really shy in saying to people, we're not going to deviate from these tactics because they work. They've won the World Cup.
And why would you? Like, if that's their strength, you stick to your strength.
On the line, South Africa on the line. On the line.
Ireland's line out is huge, and they launch off it so often for a lot of their try-scoring opportunities.
Great take by Ty Byrne, having had the blow. Oh, look at the speed of that defence, and the handiwork from Sexton is sensational. Mac Hansen, though, a floating ball to take, and look at the number of South African defenders who are across super quick. Penalty advantage to Ireland. Caelan Doris, Johnny Sexton, Ringrose. Wrap-around defence was outside him there, cutting off the channel. Murray for Sexton. Beautifully judged, taken by O'Mahony. Drops the ball though under pressure from Pimpy. Back they shall come for the penalty. Bit more like it by Ireland, but what hands under pressure by Sexton.
That defence from South Africa coming up in and hard. I think it was Delaney was up for that hit, but Ireland, the ability to get the ball out into the wider channel is really impressive, and they were, I think it was a leg lift there that the penalty was for.
We check a potential foul play. We had initially advantage of.
Yeah, actions of 15 and 7.
Right.
Coming to the screen now.
Okay.
Just watch Colby and Peter Steph du Toit here. They've been identified.
We're going to see a card anyway, I think, here.
Mac Hansen, the victim. Just watch his head here. Head to turf first.
I think it was Peter Steph du Toit who really drove him into the ground there. Kobe was on the side.
One more angle coming, guys.
It's not dissimilar to an infringement in the Italy-South Africa game in the World Cup.
Still kind of having angle from behind determine which guy initially, which player initially lifts the Irish player, please.
But is it Peter Steph du Toit you feel is the main protagonist there?
He's looking to see who lifts first.
Okay.
So Colby is the initiator.
So 15 has got a ball's arms wrapped around him.
Colby's lifting, isn't he?
Now he lifts him and drives over it.
You are supposed to ease the player to the ground in situations like that. And there appeared to be a dereliction of duty in that department from the Springboks. This is a massive call.
I think there's 2 cards here. Colby's definitely the initial hit, but
yes,
so
I have a number 15 who is initially lifting a player.
Correct.
Above the horizontal.
Correct. And
the player lands out on his back. There is not a big dynamic in this, but still dangerous. So I'm on the yellow card.
I would agree. The player is able to roll out.
Yeah. It's not. It's a dynamic. It's not a dynamic. Sorry, but it's still a dangerous. It's above the horizontal. Right. So I'm yellow. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it's a yellow card. Yes.
I'm not so sure 15. Mathieu Reynal was agreeing with the referee there. He seemed dubious about this decision.
So it's a lift in action, and the player goes on the back. It's not a dynamic, that's why it's a yellow card.
So why is Peter Steph du Toit not on the bench as well?
To be honest with you, I don't think it should. The action is the action. It shouldn't be the outcome. Just because he lands on his back like that, that shouldn't bring it down a level. The action is they've lifted him, they've driven him into the ground, and if he lands on his head or his back, it shouldn't make a difference to what the outcome of the card is.
I'm inclined to agree with you, Fiona. There could possibly have been 2 cards there for South Africa. One of them could have been red very easily. Johnny Sexton, though, takes advantage of the penalty from that tight angle.
Yeah, here we see Kobe makes the initial hit, but Detroit help drive him into the ground.
Luckily for Cheslin Colby, the Irish coaching team are not the referee and his officials. They might have seen a different colour. Big moment this for Ireland. Can they get themselves into this game? Remarkably still 3 points apiece, despite the pressure absorbed by this Irish defence. Up goes O'Mahony, Murray, Stuart McCluskey, Hansen. Great work, great defence by Mapimpi. Smashing into Hugo Keenan. Then in comes the counter-ruck. Well, that is world-class defence.
He made the read and he had to go for it and he had to make it work. And by God, did it work. Turnover ball penalty. Unbelievable read and hit by Mapimpi. Ireland were obviously looking to exploit the space out wide. They went with a 4-man line out and they were looking to hit out in the wider channels. But just the read on this. Lovely hands by McCluskey. He committed, he had to go. Just perfect timing on it.
Setting up a rack of ribs for the Bry, Mapimpi. What a tackle, the timing of it, sublime. Saw some superb defending by New Zealand last night. TJ Perenara was the shooter, and that wraparound, almost umbrella-like defence from New Zealand. Ireland could do nothing about it. Lost 47-19. Sia Khaleesi, captain again, 42nd time as skipper of the Springboks. Luke de Jager, former SEAL player, climbs for the box.
Hands up, 8, hands up, hands up!
Malcolm Marks trying to beaver some space down that blind side. Here's Hendrickson for Damien de Allende. Look, he's making the meters, all the time. McCluskey doing his best to prevent the drive, and Ireland do superbly well in there to turn that ball over.
I think they did superbly off the line out first to negate that maul again. They've done a huge amount of homework, and South Africa haven't been able to get the maul motoring, and then super work by McCluskey again. You know, I probably was one who probably questioned his defence before this game, but that's just really clever by him. He held them up until referee had called maul, went to ground, and it's an Ireland scrum.
So it's a penalty against a neck grab now.
Well, there's a high challenge or a neck roll signified by Nika Amashu Kelly.
What's Sexton here? That can't called in by the TMO, I'd imagine. He just had his arm around his neck.
Oh yeah, you can see it underneath there on Damien de Allende by Sexton. So a penalty it is.
Shot's called now.
Damien Willems going to take this penalty. In case you weren't up that early this morning and don't know the results, Women's Rugby World Cup semi-finals this morning. England 26, Canada 19, New Zealand 25, France 24. France had a kick to win it right at the end, missed it, so it's the hosts against England in the final. Joy Neville was the referee of that second semi-final, Irish referee, of course. Well, Damien Willems, successful with his first kick. This one slightly more difficult. Predicted kick success is low. His kick success this season is 55%. 7 from 12. His return, including tonight. Remember, the box without a player. One of their great strike runners, Cheslin Colby, in the bin. Willems, well, maybe that's an indication as to why his kick percentage is so low.
Yeah, look, obviously it's going to be something they need to address going forward, and whether before they get hollered back, you know, if he gets injured in a World Cup, that they need a second backup kicker that has a higher conversion rate than that.
Eldon Yangi's not available either out of the squad for disciplinary reasons.
Back course by Ireland.
In comes Luke de Jager. But all the rugby in this first half, or most of it, being played deep inside this Irish half, quite similar to the first half last week at Murrayfield, Scotland and Australia. And again, the counter-rucking was so powerful from South Africa. Oh, goes Hendrickson. Back they will come, but how do Ireland resist Such concussive pressure from the South African pack.
They have to put more numbers into the ruck. You know, you have to sacrifice the way you want to play to win the ball first, and they're going to have to start doing that until they get a bit of momentum in their game. I think only one, so Van der Fleer took it in, and I think there was only one Irish player in on top of him, and then the power came from South Africa. They put 3 people in over the ruck.
Again, this happened last night as well at the RDS. The New Zealand side counter-rucked the Ireland A side with abandon several times. They picked off some, well, what looked like very easy poaches, and the senior side are, they're facing into huge physicality here.
Yeah, you could see there, Van der Fleer took it in. Tyke Furlong overran it first, came back, but then wasn't in a powerful position to make any impact in that ruck.
Malcolm Marks, will he be on the end of the ball? If it goes over the line, he usually is. Taken by Etzebeth. This is where the defensive maul and Paul O'Connell's coaching has to be top-notch. South Africans fracturing the Ireland. They've done some good work in there. Going to release it. Porter says the referee had his hand clasped on the ball. Here's Kitchoff, assisted. The latch on from Sia Khaleesi.
Tackle away.
Johnny Sexton backing into Hendricks, showing his experience. Peter Steph do toy again with a carry, and then they come in off their feet, and it's more relief, but it's just relief against this tidal wave of dark green shots.
Yeah, obviously, clearly Ireland have done their homework on that maul, and the maul defence has been outstanding, but then after that, the wave after wave, those one-out runners are just huge. They have their latches on and they're latching through, but De Jager went off his feet there.
But it's only 3 each. South Africa failing to break down this Irish defence despite all of the pressure.
Great defence there by Sheehan and Doris.
Those stats on lineouts since 2015 and the World Cup, 143 of Ireland's 275 tries have started from a lineout. That's 52%, but not from lineouts like that one. Willemser's caught, retreating. McCluskey goes in with a tackle. Hendricks in the pocket. Willemser setting himself
in front.
Right from the off for the kick. In comes Hugo Keenan. No match minutes this season. Hasn't played since the 3rd test in New Zealand in the summer. Murray to tag Furlong. Good footwork from Furlong. Doesn't get away from Luke De Jager. Good tackle by the gargantuan in second row. Sexton, who's underneath this. Willems, they have it through Damien Dialende. McCluskey wrestling with it. Greco-Roman wrestling between the two 12s there.
9, you got a ball. No.
22 years of age, Hendricks started 7 of the last 9 tests since Faf de Klerk fell a little bit out of favour. Up goes Balakoon, great take, and then a great tackle again.
Away, Green, you got
Ireland are just getting no room to breathe at all out there by the South African defence, smothering them, keeping them back inside their own half. Chance here, tag burn for Mac Hansen. Damien Willemser comes up. I wonder should Hansen have kept that ball in hand. If he'd got round Willemser, there was a lot of space in front of the corner winger. Hendricks, Luke De Jager, tag Furlong quickly out of the line. Hendricks,
play down to South Africa.
Here is Willemser. Dangerous runners, played fullback for South Africa as well. Hendricks, Etzebeth, Khaleesi on the outside. McCluskey with the tackle. Kitchoff holds the ball close to his chest.
Tackle now, tackle! No, you got a ball.
Ireland have it. And South Africa come through, but it's
you got a ball
going to be an Irish scrummage, but they're hanging on there, Ireland.
Yeah, look, South Africa down to 14 players, but they still had all the possession and all the territory as well. And
yellow card coming.
There was space out wide there. Ireland did move it out because South Africa are really defending really narrow, that the space is there, but then opting to kick, not getting any change on it, and South Africa look to move the ball back again. And now Colby's back on the pitch.
Yeah, Cheslin Colby returns, broke his jaw against Wales in June. He's had a lot of bad injuries in the last few seasons. It's really disrupted his progress at Toulouse and Toulon.
You're handling the ball and going forward.
South African possession 65% to 35, and Ireland doing well to keep the scoreboard level at the moment.
Yeah, you just defending for that length of time, it just takes its toll. It zaps the energy out of you. I'm only 26 minutes into the game. It's not looking good with his hand.
No, it's McCluskey, isn't it?
Yeah, it is McCluskey.
Yeah, Stuart McCluskey down injured. His first cap was against England 6 years ago. Usually you see him playing against the Tier 2 nations, but with Robbie Henshaw out with an injury yesterday, McCluskey came in. Oh, and he's at that right wrist. He snaps into the ground while trying to bring down Evan Etzebeth.
Doesn't look good. Jimmy O'Brien's ready to go on. Such a shame. He was doing so well defensively, and you just want to see him get a little bit of ball and attack with Sexton inside and Ringrose outside, and see what he could have done.
He's a tough fella. The Portavogie pile driver, Helens Bay hammerhead, Cornelly crusher. He's got several nicknames up at Ulster, but he's not going to survive this injury already. They are using the shirt there as a support. And such a sad moment for McCluskey, waiting so long for his chance in a big game like this.
Oh, good and firm. And, you know, we needed to see what he was like. I know now we get to see Jimmy O'Brien come on for his first cap and see how he matches up to this level. But McCluskey has been doing all the right things at club and no doubt at training as well to get that opportunity. And it's good and firm.
Yeah, you can see the emotion on his face, but different kind of emotion for Jimmy O'Brien, pulled out of the A squad when Henshaw was injured and McCluskey was moved up to the first team. Newbridge boy, versatile, played out half at school, goes into the centre. Ringrose has moved into the 12 position.
Crutch!
Yeah, O'Brien played a bit of centre as he was coming up through the academy, and then he stepped up senior more on the wing and then full back. Probably just again taking Ringrose out of his best position, but in saying that, when he played on the wing for Leinster a couple of weeks ago, he's outstanding. So I'd say you could put him anywhere.
Here's Robert Balakoon. Can Ireland create some space for him? Fabulous runner with ball in hand, great acceleration, great top end gas as well. Balakoon, he can eat up the meters quickly. If he gets away, he'll stay away. Murray, little bit long. Is that in the 22? Could he call for the mark there? Willemse decides to take and go. Look at the footwork from Willemse. That's the kind of rugby he brings to his fullback play, and now bringing it to the 10.
No, don't go on the ball. Ball is there. Counter walk was fine. And use it now, 9.
Taking his time, Hendrikse broke his leg in his second appearance for South Africa. Horrendous injury taken by Murray. Here is Keenan. The channel again blocked on the outside by Jesse Creel, known as an excellent defender. Maybe not quite in the same class in that position as Lucan Yoam, who's recognised one of the best 13s defensively in the world. Ryan Sexton to Balakoon, skips beyond Balakoon to Dan Sheehan.
Knock on.
Ireland are lacking the accuracy they normally have. The space was out there. It was a poor pass out the wing. Balakoon had to try and tidy it up, and just the knock on there. Sexton be raging with himself there. I know he's under pressure, but he has the skill level and quality to get that pass out.
Part of the problem is they're being shrink-wrapped defensively by South Africa. Once they get their hands on the ball, there seems to be a screen of Springbok defenders close by.
Yeah, we'll see.
Great work there with Willemse. The tackle, he managed to dislodge it out of Sheehan's hands.
Amazing, 37 years of age and still playing as well as ever, if not better. Johnny Sexton, he'll be 38 by the time the World Cup comes around. Look at the comparison in the attack. 45 carries to 25. 20 gain line successes to 6.
And that's the thing, Ireland base their attack on those gain line successes, that they're getting that quick ball and getting no change at all here from a really strong South African defence.
Point. Set.
Well, a bit of a mess at the back of that scrum. Conor Murray was wise to it. He came scurrying round to cause all sorts of problems, and there's one of the advantages of experience.
Yes.
Brilliant work from Murray. I was questioning what happened with the back of the scrum. Here we'll see it again. Vise knocked on there anyway in the scrum, but we'll take the penalty after that great work. And super in there by Peter O'Mahony again.
Maybe that's maybe harsh to judge Jasper Wiese on one scrum, but Dwayne Vermeulen is an absolute master at the back of the scrum in terms of composure, keeping his head, not taking too much of a rush.
Yeah, look, I think much of the dialogue around that is Vermeulen. They know what he can do. It's to see what others can do. But in saying that, I'm surprised that Roos hasn't been brought in and given him an opportunity. Maybe he will as the tour goes on. But he was absolutely outstanding last year in the URC.
I hear that question asked a lot. Why isn't Ivan Roos in this Springbok setup? Maybe he will be very soon. Dan Sheehan, again, it's a messy line out from Ireland, but they got the ball. Josh van der Fleer gets it out. And look how quickly again Billings was up in defence.
Don't hold him here.
South Africa have had some great defensive 10s in the past. Henry Honeyball, Pollard's a good defender too. Here's Murray, Caelan Doris. Evan Etzebeth tackles Tag Furlong. Sexton again looks smothered, wrapped, hammered by dark green shirts. Just can't wriggle their way out of this blanket of green that's been put over them. Murray decides to kick.
Contest is good.
Cheslin Colby.
South Africa stay.
Oh, charge down, chance for Sheehan. Dan Sheehan, can he get the rights? Sheehan for a try. Dan Sheehan for Ireland. Ireland sucking in all that pressure from South Africa. But is it they who have produced the first try of this game?
I'm going to look at the grounding of it, but oh my God, unbelievable by Sheehan. First the block down, then the footballing skills.
Okay, we don't know what's happened, all right? We'll just check what's wrong. Yeah. All right, check for potential try or no
Sheehan
try.
was confident, he was celebrating straight away, but
yes, you can.
The decision will of course be made by the officials. Does Sheehan get it? No.
Knock on Ireland.
I like his confidence though.
A lot of confidence.
Yeah, knock on.
Knock on.
No try, knock on.
But he's a one-man firestorm, that fella Sheehan, isn't he?
Look, he's taken his opportunity so well. You know, obviously getting into the Leinster squad first of all. He was in the Leinster squad, then step up to Ireland behind Kelleher. I forgot his name for a minute. Behind Kelleher, and then unfortunately Kelleher's injury has given Sheehan an unbelievable opportunity that has taken with both hands. And it's going to be a serious competition for that starting berth when Kelleher gets back. But at the moment, it's firmly Dan Sheehan's.
7th consecutive start for Ireland for Dan Sheehan. Willems' attempted clearance ricocheting off the man who scored 4 tries this season for Leinster against Benetton. Of course, Ireland now have 2 potentially world-class hookers. Ronan Kelleher struggling with some shoulder injuries, recurring shoulder injuries. Dan Sheehan at that level too, perhaps.
Yeah, I think he is. You know, there's elements of a set piece that still need to improve, but around the park, he's just unbelievable. We see him out on the wing an awful lot. If he gets an opportunity out there, he has the pace to out there, and I just think he's just taken his opportunity so well.
Well, Ireland know they should have won the 3-test series in South Africa 6 years ago. The Irish won the first test in Cape Town despite CJ Stander being sent off after 22 minutes. CJ's in front of us tonight commentating for another channel. All 3 tests on that 2016 tour were decided by 6-point margins. Titanic, evenly balanced, 7-5 to South Africa in tries. Paddy Jackson, one of the stars, missed just 2 of 18 kicks at goal. And in the third test, Willie LaRue
Time's back on.
should have been sent off for a challenge on Tiernan O'Halloran.
Last time was better, gentlemen, because you worked hard.
So yeah, it was regular knife edge that series.
Stability. Make sure
and then the next time they played a year later, Ireland destroyed South Africa here, 38-3.
Yeah, just keep up. He's going to be straight.
And maybe South Africa have some revenge on their mind after that. They've never actually met in the World Cup, but they will in France next year in the pool.
You know, a lot of people have spoken about the importance of this game, and I'm not so much about the win or the loss, but it's the manner in which Ireland doing it at the moment. They're having none of their own way.
On the bind.
And now that's the second free kick given away at scrum for Overleen, and it's probably an eagerness to win that corridor power in the scrum and get the hit on it first.
No.
You have to quickly recover there, Damien Willems. South Africa on a good run of form. They've won their last 3 against Argentina twice. And Australia, it's number 1 in the world, Ireland against number 3. South Africa will go to number 1 if they win this match. But despite all that pressure and possession, they can't get away from Ireland right now. James Ryan, former Ireland captain, takes it. A Conor Murray break. Don't see too many of those these days from the veteran. Dan Sheehan was fumbled by Tadhg Furlong but didn't go forward. Josh van der Flier, here is big Andrew Porter, bringing some barrelling intensity to that Irish drive. Now it's O'Mahony. Murray, pressure from Ireland now. Can they convert? This is their first concerted series of phases close to the South African line. Here's Ringrose, brought down by Henriksen. In goes Porter. Ireland's ruck speed in the Six Nations was amazing, 2.88 seconds average. They'll need quick ball here. Murray for Porter again, one out, smashing into the Springbok defence. Murray for Tadhg Byrne. Good step, gets away from Jasper Wiese. Murray, Sexton, room on the outside. Is there and again? The defensive up quickly. Jesse Creel makes the read. Ireland being pushed back to the edge of the 22. Mac Hansen, chance on the outside. Ryan, Shane's on the wing. He was the nearest player on that left-hand side.
I think it's good, but advantage.
In support, and South Africa have, like Ireland have done so many times in this first half on their own line, have survived here in the meantime.
No arms tackle there.
There's just so much space out wide, and I know it's difficult for Ireland to get out there. They're under so much pressure on the inside, but they've got a double line attack. I think they'll get out there on the edges. Brilliant by Conor Murray here. He saw the Jaeger in his eye line and he just dummied and went. That created that front foot ball. Good work. Another good carry by Ringrose. Keenan worked hard to get there from full back.
No arms by, very clearly no arms by Frans Malherbe. So a penalty under the post, and incredibly, Fiona, Ireland are going to take the lead here.
Yeah, against the run of play, against the run of possession and territory, but it just shows when they get a little bit of ball that they are dangerous, and they were putting pressure on South Africa there.
Well, it's a massive blow for South Africa. Luke de Jager, who dislocated his shoulder in the World Cup final in Japan, is off. So Ireland have lost McCluskey, and South Africa have lost one of their main line-out forwards. Franco Mostert comes on for him.
Not too bad a replacement, getting his 60th cap now, and a good line-out practitioner as well. You know, I don't think it hugely weakens them.
Well, they're going to lose another one here, Ireland. Conor Murray, on his 100th appearance, is limping off. Jamison Gibson Park, and you could just see him grimace there at the end of that replay. Maybe it was a calf muscle, but he's off. And Gibson Park, another player who's played no match minutes at all this season, is on as his replacement.
Yeah, look, Gibson Park has been key to Ireland's attack and the tempo that they were playing with, but then he needs quick ruck ball to play off, and Ireland haven't had that to date. Just see Conor Murray here now. He pulls his quad. Is it his quad or his groin that he pulls up on?
Yeah, his hand went straight to his groin, didn't it? Top of the inside of the thigh. So both sides losing key players. Remember, Henshaw didn't make the kick-off, and his replacement's gone now.
Release.
Gibson Park. And Ireland, good clearing kick from Jimmy O'Brien. Just to remind you, did play out half at school, so no surprise to him to be in a position like that and to deal with it effectively. So just the one line out lost for Ireland, and it's South Africa will get the throw into this one through Malcolm Marks. 13 tries, remarkable total he has for his country. Most tries in history by a South African hooker. Taken by Franco Mostert, brought down that line out by Ireland. It's a penalty advantage as the legs of Mostert were taken from under him. Hendricks, and it's Damien Dialendi for Jasper Visa. Jesse Creel onto the ball. Hugo Keenan makes the tackle. Need quick ball here, they've got it. Hendricks, little probe through, back goes Balakoon. McKinsey was almost there, but Balakoon does enough.
Two really clever kicks by South Africa. There's space in behind. Really good chase by South Africa.
Going back for advantage. Early.
Well, Jasper Visa was heading down Grafton Street there for a bit of late night shopping.
It'd be good to see this again, where the penalty, Ireland gave away the penalty. I thought they'd set a pot of 3 to go in and clean out that maul.
Early.
Huge amount of space there, and great chase by Creel. Nice bounce the ball as well.
And it's such a great way to beat a fast on-rushing defence. I do love a grubber. Oh, that could have bounced Matimpy's way very easily.
Just see the timing on this.
Decision.
Yeah, Porter engages and Ryan's there before he's down.
Andrew Porter. 12 test starts at tight head now. These days deployed as a loose head where he began his career. Well, both defences have been walls. The green wall and the blue wall on either side being able to penetrate. Can South Africa get a try on the board before half-time? There is Franco Mostert on for Luke de Jager. Made his South African debut actually against Ireland 6 years ago. Malcolm Marks for Exeter. Ireland get in there to run. And Tadhg Furlong mops up the mess at the back.
No, it's outside, no hands.
Got his squeegee out there just in time.
Ball still in the ruck, still in the ruck.
Gibson Park gets it back again using that left foot of Jimmy O'Brien, the way they used to do with Simon Zebo and Rob Carney.
Yeah, it's always brilliant to have a left footer. James Lowe obviously was used a lot as well. Brilliant by James Ryan. And the lifting pod move forward and just put Elspeth under huge pressure and win the ball back on Ireland's side. And then real composure by Ireland, just set it up and clear their lines. This is certainly not something we want to see, as Tadhg Furlong down injured. He's vital, obviously, for set piece, but also the way that Ireland want to play.
Well, Ireland have certainly made things uncomfortable for South Africa defensively, stopping them from getting over the line, interfering at line-out time when they can.
What's this? You safe?
Finlay Bealham with are those cornrows? You call those cornrows? What do you call that?
Yeah, braids or cornrows, yeah.
Lovely. Looks good in a prop, I think.
I used to wear them myself, but they weren't quite as nice as that.
No, they don't want to lose Tadhg Furlong.
His ankle, is it?
He's had his issues with lower leg injuries, Tadhg Furlong. A lot of calf problems. Fine. The Wexford Bull started the last 6 Lions tests, an integral part of this Irish framework, so important. Just 3 carries today, 11 metres made, and as you say, Fiona, he's so important in that first pivot position, sometimes for Ireland, sometimes outside Sexton.
Yeah, his hands at times have just been outstanding, like playing really flat on that gain line as well, and the ability to get the ball away is something that you need to create space out wider for other people as well, and he's been absolutely outstanding. He doesn't look comfortable at all.
Murray gone, McCluskey gone. Don't want to lose that fella. So the last minute of this first half, and Malcolm Marks goes to Peter Steph du Toit. Gets support from Sia Khaleesi, bumps off Josh van der Fleer. Powerful work from the box skipper. Courtney Aronza was in there at scrum.
Release 4.
Now here's Hendrickson. Jasper Visa.
Advantage offside.
From Steph du Toit. And there's advantage here for offside. Okay. Willemse.
Play advantage.
They can take a risk here now through Damien Dialendi. Plenty of Irish defenders. Doris and O'Mahony together.
Going back for advantage.
Oh, there's a bit of a dust up here. And
no.
Damien Dialendi was the first man into Peter O'Mahony, former Munster teammates. He knows what sort of things Peter O'Mahony gets up to.
He does, and there's nothing in that, just trying to rile each other up a little bit.
Yeah, offside, is it? Okay.
The Doogs, one of his nicknames, Damien Dialendi. Doogie or the Doogs?
Let me deal with it.
They call him.
Shot call.
What a match that will
That's
be next Thursday night when South Africa take a 15 down to play Munster. Rassie Erasmus and Jack Nienaber going back to the province they coached. And of course, Rassie Erasmus was there when Axel Foley very sadly passed away in 2016.
Yeah, look, they have a great connection with the province. They loved their time here. It's going to be a tough ask for Munster next week. Just the manner, the way they're playing, they have so many injuries as well at the moment. I thought they'd improved last week against Ulster, but whether they're going to be able to front up against a South African A side like that, I'm just not sure.
Well, there's the answer to our question. We were chatting before the game. Who takes over the goal kicking if Damien Willemse gets injured or isn't up to scratch? And there's your answer, Cheslin Colby. Hey, it's over. It's over just about, I think. Well, there was a huge amount of huffing and puffing, but neither side managing to blow each other's house down. It's 2 penalties apiece. A really rumbustious physical affair. Ireland 6, South Africa 6.
20 seconds, wait a bit, please.
I think Bealham is on there now for Furlong, which is obviously a huge loss for Ireland.
Not a surprise, though, he was limping down the tunnel before the break.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Damien Willems with the restart for South Africa. 2 penalties from Johnny Sexton, 1 from Willems and Cheslin Colby for South Africa. Jamison Gibson Park coming on for the injured Conor Murray, being replaced in his 100th test. Had to get height quickly there, Gibson Park, as Eben Etzebeth descended.
Backwards. Yeah, backwards play.
No knock on. Hendricks. Here's Frans Malherbe, 20 and a half stones of poundage to try and stop. Now Etzebeth, he's not far short of that weight either, over 19 stone. Willems up come Ireland again quickly, gets corralled by the 2 lock forwards. The Bok 10, Hendricks. Malcolm Marks looking to add to that total of 13 tries for South Africa. Hendricks back to Colby.
Stay South Africa.
And it's one for Aarons to get underneath, but it's Peter Steph du Toit who got his hand to it. Peter Steph du Toit, 7 carries for 20 metres in the first half. Dialendi, 8 carries for 44 metres, perhaps the outstanding box in that first 40.
Yeah, certainly. I think the first 20 in particular, Steph du Toit was really involved. I thought it was a bit unusual from Colby to take the option of the crossfield kick like that. I know they want to get Aarons on the ball, but
last of first half, we keep the standard, keep stability, all right? You stay straight now.
Great pressure from Gibson Park there.
Stay with you now. Stay straight, please.
Peter Steph du Toit. There was talk at one stage that he was close to losing a leg after a number of operations and a serious injury. So it's an incredible recovery and return for the big Springboks 7. Scored 2 tries against Ireland in that 3-test series 6 years ago. Gibson Park started the last 8 games for Ireland before today, and here comes the power from the Springboks, and that's what happens. Well, Ireland fortunate in some senses there, because they seem to be feeling a lot of heat.
Yeah, Bealham was in all sorts of bother over here.
Knock on the ground.
Huge amount of pressure coming on from Kirchhoff.
Yeah.
They held it well originally, and then you just see the pressure going on Bealham's side.
It was good contest, ball was out. Just make sure you stay
Bealham on at
straight.
18 for Furlong. We're being told it's a tactical replacement, not an injury, which is interesting because Tadhg Furlong definitely limped down the tunnel at half time.
Crutch!
I know because I watched him.
He was definitely injured, like he was double taped on his ankle on the outside of the boot.
Well, Bealham, Ireland get the penalty there, and look, scrummaging's not my thing, but it looked like it was Bealham under pressure. Tadhg Furlong supposedly replaced for tactical reasons.
Kirchhoff was pulling him down there in that scrum.
I'm glad there's somebody here who knows about scrummaging. Johnny Sexton. Stephen Kirchhoff spends more time on the bench than he does starting for South Africa, but getting a run from the first whistle today.
Yeah, you just see in that last scrum his elbow was right pointed down towards the ground, and he was pulling Bealham down towards the ground.
Hold the
well.
gap. Hold the gap. Yes, that's good.
So Dan Sheehan, the man who came close to scoring a try in that first half. Here's Sexton inside for Hansen. Was that forward? Off goes Jimmy O'Brien. Space and pace for the Leinsterman. Johnny Sexton's down injured though. Doesn't look good for Ireland's 10. Gibson Park, Tadhg Byrne. Here is Gibson Park again for Peter O'Mahony. Rumbling into Franco Mostert. Gibson Park back for Hugo Keenan. They've no out half, Ireland. Need a deputy, and Mark Hansen. The little flick inside was perfect. Gibson Park adding some tempo and some deft skills to this Ireland attack. Hansen, Peter O'Mahony tries to thump Courtney Aarons out of the way. Ringrose and now Porter. This is what happened to Ireland in the first half, because they had to do all the defending against the Springbok onslaught. Gibson Park wins the penalty. Springboks offside in that passing channel.
You're on the way.
And Johnny
Offside.
Sexton, who so often does his incredible Lazarus impression when injured, has been down for quite a while. Back to his feet now.
Super Irish attack came off the line, and Sexton was playing really flat to the line. We're just looking at a replay here of the break from Hansen. Really good resourcing of the ruck, just running at different angles. Space out wide to Peter O'Mahony, does really well to Bosch back inside and stay in field. But the whole attack came from good line out and playing flat to the line.
And Gibson Park, he just brings a little bit extra from the spice rack, doesn't he, when he comes on? Sexton hit there by Jesse Creel, fine defender. Sexton grimacing immediately.
In order for that move to come off, Sexton has to play that flat to the line, and he puts his body on the line every time, and Creel read it well. He came up and in really hard. But just the different lines of run from Ireland there, they were looking for soft shoulders, they were getting gain line carries, they were getting mini breaks, and clever by Gibson Park to just pass the ball in to the South African player there to win the penalty.
Offside. Decision, Ireland.
That attack certainly got the crowd going. They've been quite sedate in the first half.
Well, not only has he recovered from his injuries, he's going to take the kick and it's going to go to the corner.
Time is on. Offside.
He's really backing his forwards here, saying, I'm going to put you in there. Give us back one of your super mauls.
Well, Johnny Sexton, as soon as he kicked that ball, he put his hands on his thighs. He's not happy, as you can clearly see. Vincent Koch comes on for Frans Malherbe. Vincent Koch, who got a good contract with Stade Francais when his club was went into administration.
That's all right. He's all right.
So remember, so many of Ireland's tries come from lineouts. 10 of the 25 in the Six Nations came this way. Peter O'Mahony, bulldozer for line. Did Ireland get it down? Josh van der Fleer is the player who is celebrating at the base of that mole. Well, Ireland, for all the world, looked like they were being beasted towards the touchline there.
Because there was grounding there.
Ireland somehow, underneath it all, perform incredible gymnastics to
when
get
the player
ball
grounds the ball,
to the turf.
It's not in touch or not.
We'll have a look. Yes, understood.
Okay.
Wow.
Take your time, Stu.
I think they need a camera from behind, but that
The red
is
scrum
unbelievable
cap is the
from
ball
Ireland.
carrier, and he grounds it. We're just trying to see where his feet are.
Okay.
Really clever from Ireland. They decide to go up hard on the left-hand side. South Africa pushing towards the touchline, but so clever. Great work to keep Josh van der Fleer. He manages to stay in. He does. That's a try.
No.
And that's what Stuart Turridge is checking for, the footwork. But watch this for an incredible piece of handiwork.
Stu?
Yes, we're looking to see where his feet are.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's a bit complicated.
Double checking where
He needs to
Josh
give me
van
a
der
bit more
Fleer's
time.
feet are.
Right, yeah. Take your time now because the
Was
journey
he
looks
in
same.
play when he
So
grounded
take your
the
time now
ball?
to determine where the foot is of the red scrum cap player.
Which ones are his boots? So many legs there, a massive lower limbs.
There, he's in. That's his strapping on his knees there. And the ball is down at the front of that
Nico?
picture. That's a
Yes,
try.
Stu.
I have a decision for you.
Okay.
The player is not in touch, and he grounds the ball.
The player is not in touch and he grounds the ball.
Yes.
The player is good. Player is not in touch, grounds the ball.
George van der Fleer was named as the Rugby Writers Player of the Season alongside Niamh Jones from the women's game and Shane Wall. He is so well regarded and respected these days. No matter who he plays for, he's really upped his game in so many departments.
That's just outstanding decision making. You question whether they should have taken the points or not. Johnny backs his forwards. They've obviously worked on that. They decide to take them all around the front, lead South Africa to put pressure on, to almost drive them to touch, and the ability to keep Josh van der Flier in field to get that ball down is absolutely outstanding.
And by the way, that's when a commentator is absolutely delighted that Josh van der Flier wears his old Wesley head guard, the bright red, like a flaming matchstick in there.
It's always a good one, but it was more important than the tape on his legs that we were able to see that.
100% so far from Johnny Sexton. Low success rate, as you'd expect from the touchlines. Johnny Sexton has been injured in the second half. Seemed to be really struggling, but he has got phenomenal recovery rates, this fella. Cup of tea and a biscuit back in his feet. Not his best, but after being underneath an absolute monsoon of pressure in the first half in South Africa, it's Ireland who lead the world champions.
Yeah, just looking at this maul again, really impressive. I just don't know how they managed to keep him in field with all that pressure from that whole South African pack.
Williams' restart taken by Caelan Doris. It's hard to believe that on the bench for Ireland there's a three-test lion and Jack Conan once more using Jimmy O'Brien's left foot. It was down the opposite touchline this time. And here's Cheslin Colby. Oh, that's where you're going to watch him. He'll be through in a shot. Good tackle by Finlay Bealham. Colby identifying the big prop forward. So that's good work from Ireland's number 18. Off goes Vincent Koch. 5 trophies in 6 years with Saracens.
It's carried back now, 50-22.
Another one of those up and unders. Great take by Hugo Cleland. Then he gets a thud in the spine for his troubles. Bealham inside channel blocked by Jasper Visa. Gibson Park shaping for the kick.
It's out now, yes.
Etzebeth coming through. The ball was out, says the Georgian referee. Willems underneath it. Tackled by 2 Irishmen, Robert Balakoon and Gary Ringrose. Balakoon not getting much ball in the loose. And in comes Doris, brilliantly kept in play. Van der Flier, James Ryan, Porter, superb. Jamison Gibson Park, here's the gap. Ted Byrne, must be a try for Ireland. Jimmy O'Brien to Mark Hansen. Rattling the Springboks defence. And falling with pride in that right side.
Precision and accuracy in passing when they get in behind, but all of that came from Doris, reading the ball out well. Let's take first ball by Keenan.
Sorry?
This is so well read by Doris. And then the ability to keep the ball back in play. Bit of fumble here with Bealham, but they managed to get away, and Jamison Gibson Park disconnecting that South African defence, and just the quality of the pass in here. The space is always there in the wider channels in South Africa on turnover ball.
Yeah, just Stu, can you confirm there when the ball is won, there is no touch on the sideline? Take your time.
Yeah, ref's just checking that.
Okay, thanks, Stu.
Doris didn't go into touch when he won that ball, but I think he was good.
Yeah, and it's the skill set under intense pressure. Josh van der Fleer's try, the maul staying in play, and Doris then the release inside, and then the handiwork to release the ball further in field and then find that width.
Yeah, no, it was super, and I suppose that's when you get turnover ball like that, you want to move it as quickly as possible, but South Africa were still rushing up in the midfield, and that's where Gibson Park was vital to spot that gap and disconnect in their defence.
Last kick was well off target from Johnny Sexton. It's gone left again. But look at that scoreboard now, 16 points to 6
9
to
and
Ireland.
8.
And
South
Ireland, who
Africa.
were under pressure for so long in that first half.
South Africa 6.
Doris somehow keeping the ball in play.
Wait.
And then there was so much room on that left-hand side for Mac Hansen to run in for his second try for Ireland. Yet again, it's Caelan Doris who takes that restart.
Hold Ireland, hold.
Faf de Klerk is on for Hendricks. And Faf de Klerk, who was one of the stars of the World Cup victory, but just dropping down to number 2 in the pecking order at the moment for the box.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing his greatest, but I suppose he's still a quality player, and no doubt he's been given a specific role to go in here for 30 minutes and try and change things around.
No, not now. Not now.
Malcolm Marks. Still got Bongi and Benambi to bring on. Dropped it here. That's a Beth. It's all going wrong for the Springboks. Lacking precision. Sexton looks wide. They're on the advantage here, but for how long? Hugo Keenan.
No, roll away, no, he has to roll away.
Just wonder, Ireland going to run this Springbok side off the pitch. Finlay Bealham. Oh, and that's a mess as well. Play on. Advantage is over. Here's Malcolm Marks. Franco Mostert. Brought down by Johnny Sexton. Faf de Klerk for Steph Dutoy. Jesse Creel. That's forward to Khaleesi. A long way forward. Hugo Keenan made the important tackle on the box outside centre.
That was after he made an incisive run into that Springbok defence to set Ireland up. Ireland probably should have looked to kick the ball at that point. Just sloppy there under pressure. You said I think Ireland can out rugby South Africa. I think they have a higher skill set. It's just a matter of getting the ball, keeping the ball.
On comes Willie LaRue at fullback, nominated for World Player of the Year 8 years ago now. Was in the English Premiership Dream Team during his 3 years at Wasps. 33 years of age. Played in the Premiership final for Wasps as well. Willie LaRue and Curtly Allen has gone off. So that means that Cheslin Colby's on the right wing now and Mapimpi on the left wing.
Set! Hold!
Oh, they'll be delighted with that, Fiona. Absolutely pumped.
Yeah, look, this is where we thought that South Africa were going to be stronger, and to get a penalty like
going down and
that
collapsing
is huge. It just gets Ireland out of trouble as well, as in position-wise.
Joined in commentary today by Fiona Coughlin, recently appointed to the Hall of Fame. 85 caps for Ireland, Grand Slam and 3 World Cups. Of course, the World Cup for the men is in France in the coming autumn. Women's World Cup final is this Saturday, England against New Zealand at Eden Park in Auckland.
Yeah, there was a huge lack of connection there in the South Africa scrum.
Yeah, the whole scrum going back and collapsing, but you need to be straight now.
Well, the cornrows are working so far. That's his superpower, isn't it? Like Samson's hair. No, it's Ireland's turn to humble in that tight phase.
Yeah, what's a break now?
Ireland's longest winning streak between these two sides is 3. 2004, 2009. South Africa's longest winning streak, 8 wins between 81 and 2004. But are Ireland about to back up their success in 2017 here with another win at the Aviva? Certainly helped on their way towards that goal by this wondrous try from Ireland. Jimmy O'Brien providing the try-scoring pass for Mac Hansen. Player of the match in his debut, Mac Hansen was. That came against Wales. Canberra-born Connacht winger.
That's you. I'm going to go with this side now. The previous scrums, they were all right, so I'm going to go this way. I'll have a look on that, but I don't think there was an issue last month with that.
Well, there's the ruck speed. Ireland creating more quick ball between 1 and 3 seconds than South Africa. Ireland's ruck speed in the Six Nations, 2.88 seconds. And of course, quick ruck speed is nirvana for any rugby team.
Yeah, particularly in the way they want to play. I think South Africa are happy to slow down and do that one-dimensional off line and get gain line on it. But for Ireland, it's really important that they have that quick ruck ball. And I'd imagine the difference between the first half and second half and that 1 to 3 seconds is really significant.
Head straight.
Sad old sight there. 3 Irish players injured on the bench. Tariq Furlong, Stuart McCluskey, Conor Murray.
Fine.
Well, they do tell us Furlong is a tactical replacement, but he did look injured to us.
Stay up, good job. Good job, stay up.
Smith
move the ball, please.
Comes off the base of that scrum. He's not the biggest number 8 replacement. Certainly not as big as Jasper Wiese or Dwayne Vermeulen. Left out of this squad for this autumn tour. Northern Hemisphere autumn it is, of course. Please. And here is Faf de Klerk, formerly of Sale Sharks. Khaleesi after this, so is Etzebeth. In comes Balakoon.
Knock-on advantage.
Knock-on advantage, Springboks. Willems up. Oh, skipping pass, who's going to get to that? Oh, Ireland got their hands on it. Jimmy O'Brien, who's settled into international rugby very well.
Yeah, he certainly doesn't look out of place, or that is this is his first cap, and he's really been positive in every edition he's had on the ball. That's a bet, take him out in the air.
Okay.
They're not looking at it, but not much in that.
Really good job. Really good. Good job now.
Ireland making sure they got plenty of players between Balakoon and the charging Springboks there. Shepherding, they call it, I think.
Just back to Smith and Fury on the bench, they certainly went after Fetchers to try and slow down any Irish ball, and that's probably why they've been included.
Here's the man who sounds like a sneeze, Oxenche. Policeman Loosehead and Bungie and Bonambi, so the bomb squad front row is here.
Yeah, I think the starting front were better bowlers and better rugby players, but when you come to scrummaging and I don't think there's much between them when it comes to set piece.
Shoulders out, head straight.
They're just big men that can scrummage well.
Bonambi, another player who made his debut against Ireland in that tour 6 years ago when they played in Cape Town, Johannesburg and Port Elizabeth. Ireland winning the first test, losing the second 2, and straight away the bomb squad wins a penalty at the scrum.
Fresh legs coming on.
Tight head coming up.
They connected a lot better there, and Beelum gets pinged for popping up.
No.
Didn't get it too far down the touchline, Willems up.
Goes on the mark.
Oh, Finlay Beelum gets popped straight out there like a jack in the box.
Ireland, go on the mark. Full back.
Bonambi, a lot of shuffling in the line out. Peter Steph takes it. Bonambi has it. Faf de Klerk comes in from a distance. And Pimpy's on the left wing, but the backs are all lined out to the right. Ball staying glued to the forwards' hands. Get out of They'll have again. Not for the first time in the match.
Every time South Africa have tried to maul, Ireland have stood steadfast. Unbelievable work and homework they've done about where the pressure points are from South Africa. They're getting numbers in, they're stopping any initial momentum. South Africa try and shear off, and I think it was Porter who was there to add his weight to it as well. Yeah, you just see Porter in there. And then Beelum comes in and adds more weight as they try to shear off again. brilliant homework done by Paul O'Connell and his pack there to stop those mauls.
Right?
This is proper rugby, isn't it, Fiona?
It's a serious test, and
That's what I thought.
it mightn't look glamorous, but the amount of work that goes into firstly set up a maul and a good functioning maul, but then likewise to stop it like that is outstanding.
Hardcore and grizzled.
Head
Just
straight.
how we love it. This old game.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Trying to get that surge on this springboard replacement front row. But a child who come away
Stepping
with the
left.
penalty this time.
Stepping.
That's one apiece since the bomb squad came on.
Stepping left.
I'd like to see that again. South Africa penalised for stepping around.
You might recall in 2017, it was actually quite tight until the end. Ireland scored 3 tries in the last 11 minutes. Was that a fair penalty?
It's a tough one. There's so much going on. This angle will be better, I think. Oh yeah, look at them on the other side, shearing around left.
Andrew Porter, I think, will be happy with that one. Ty Burns been bleeding since very early in the game. All blood and snutters. Great play by Vincent Koch down on the ball. Here's Peter Steph du Toit looking for the gap between 2 defenders. Couldn't find it. Closed down by Ringrose and Caelan Doris. Vincent Koch, what a dummy! Oh, brilliant! And it comes off the fingertips of Quagga Smith.
Rock secured. No, stays, come half, no.
Gibson Park to Doris. Leinster man to Leinster man. 9 Leinster men in the starting 15. 13 in the 23. Didn't catch all
Good
of
job,
that.
Ireland.
Gibson Park.
No call now, yes.
Mbonambi gets it back to Quagga Smith. Thump, bang, crash, wallop. He was at pace there, the replacement.
For a knock.
Willemse, Evan Etzebeth, Johnny Sexton
No,
makes the
release him.
tackle on the South African giant. Now Willie LaRue. Jesse Creel. And Bath de Klerk. Etzebeth again. Getting plenty of purchase on the ball now. The enforcer. Willemse, is there any space for Mapimpi? He has a phenomenal try-scoring record, but
No hands,
3-4 Irish defenders filling that pocket of
Counter-ruck is
space.
fine.
And then the counter-ruck comes in. Tag Byrne heaves it forward. In comes Gibson Park. Brilliant. Brings down Willemse. Intense pressure. Colby can't get away. Oh, it's wonderful rugby by Ireland. Following up their intent with the defence. Willie LaRue. Creel. Hugo
Ireland
Keenan
stay. Ireland
just
hold.
batters the ball downfield. Finds some grass though, which always helps. Now Willemse has Colby to his left. He's going to try and do it himself. Doesn't get past Sexton. Peter O'Mahony was shaping for the poach. Now to Clerk. Steph du Toit hit really hard by Gary Ringrose. Superb defence
No hands
from
now.
Ireland's 13. Man, that's a
No,
penalty.
don't pull it.
Oh, off goes Quagga Smith. He's brought some energy. He's a superb sevens player. He won a gold at the Commonwealth Games and a bronze at the Olympics. Etzebeth. Oh, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players to the right, South Africa. And they should have used them because for just long enough they had a massive overlap.
Your player knocked off.
Yeah, South Africa are certainly looking to spin it a lot more in this half. Opportunity was there and just poor
7.
pass.
Change.
Great work by Quagga Smith. Sees the opportunity. South Africa scored a number of tries off quick taps, but a fair bit out there for him and a lot of work to do. Etzebeth,
Time is off.
great work, but had to go here and through the hands.
You see how many green shirts were out there, Fiona.
Yeah, two-man overlap out there. You know, Balakun read it well. He had to come up. He had to try and close down that space.
Dion Fury is on. 36 years of age, made his debut at 35.
Yes. So
can play hooker and on the flank, won the URC last season with the Stormers, and Peter Steph Dutoy certainly made a contribution, but 7 of those carries came in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, he was really busy, and then he's been quiet since. Fury's going to come on. I don't think Fury has the same impact in carries. I say that now, I could jinx myself on it, but Dutoy was really powerful in the first opening half.
Well, Fury's a jackler, isn't he? Poacher style flanker.
Yeah, and that's why I said already, that's why he's there. He's there to stop Ireland getting any quick ball.
Rob Herring, who is born in South Africa, on for Dan Sheehan. Close to a try in the first half. Didn't quite do enough to ground the ball. And Rob Herring has just signed a new contract with Ulster.
Okay.
Over 200 games for his province is Dan Sheehan's replacement. Well, look at the tackles made. Ireland, it's evening up. It was a long way ahead for Ireland in the first half. Tackles missed. South Africa 25.
Yeah, look, I suppose there was a bit there for the Irish try, but prior to that, they're actually shooting up, and that's okay. They're putting Ireland under pressure to get the ball out wide, so they probably weren't overly concerned about those missed tackle stats.
Ireland's just back on for Mapimpi's off a blood replacement. There's a confirmation of that. Kieran Treadwell is on for Ireland now. Another Ulster player, and the battered Byrne retires.
Treadwell certainly stood up on that summer tour. I thought he was outstanding, and you know, probably going into that, people wouldn't have rated him to the level he was, and he was very good as that replacement second row.
It's been classed as a blood injury. This one for Byrne. Looks like he might have broken his nose, Tag.
Well, it was early on in the first half that he did that.
Crutch.
I think he's recently married, isn't he?
One of the summer weddings.
Well, wife will not be happy about that. Broken nose.
Well, at least he didn't have it before the wedding.
Off goes Doris, caught by Willemse. Sets it well for Gibson Park. Running a head guard now. Quite a lot of blood spilt out there today.
And 9, use it.
Several players oozing claret. No one. Again, the 6'7" Etzebeth gets hands on the ball. Away goes Josh van der Fleer. Adding to his meters made and the try scored.
Advantage over.
Velam, Kieran Treadwell, winning his 9th cap. Another player who signed a new contract with Ulster just yesterday. In fact, over the ball they go and they win the penalty, and it's Dion Fury who really is a specialist at that seagulling play.
Good turnover from Ireland. They looked to move it. I thought that they probably got a bit light with numbers going into the ruck. James Ryan was on his own for too long.
No, listen, watch your language now, all right? Watch your language, Mark is there. A
player being told to watch their language. Apologies if anybody did pick that up, and it's something they are trying to clamp down on this season. World Rugby is dissent, back chat. Robert Balakun takes that kick though, and it could give Ireland the chance to escape here if they can keep hold of the ball. Gibson Park just ragdolled to the ground by Etzebeth. Somehow he finishes up facing the right way as Belam takes it on. It is a frenetic game out there.
Now you got the ball, you have to use it.
Ireland very much in control here though. Johnny Sexton, 65 minutes played despite the injury, still on the field. Off goes Willemse and runs straight into Faf de Klerk. Looked like de Klerk was maybe pushed into Willemse by an Irish hand. From this angle anyway. Vincent Koch carries.
Release!
Willie LaRue. Damien Dialende brought down by Josh van der Fleer. And Ireland, they almost got over the ball there. Here is LaRue into that space. Here's the try. Surely inside. Here is Colby. Great defence on the touchline by Ireland. Etzebeth. Faf de Klerk. Here is Damien Deolande. Can they finish off this time? Dion Fury, the 36-year-old veteran, goes for the line. Deolande. Great defence by Ireland, but not this time. Oh, Franco Mostert. He says, referee, I got there. But did he?
Nika?
Yes, sure. So I got an unfair decision, try, because I think the player has grounded the ball. Just need to double check this.
Okay, because we can, we will.
How they didn't score on the other side when that chip kick went through. Great work by Jimmy O'Brien. Caelan Doris just doesn't keep a hold of that tackle. And a reach. Yes, that's a try.
That's a try, Nika.
It's two. I see that the try is good though.
Yeah, try is good.
Well, that's an incredibly athletic finish from Franco Mostert. He wasn't held in the tackle, gave him the opportunity to stretch and reach and put South Africa right back into this game now. What a titanic final 13 minutes we're going to have here, and a big kick lies ahead for Cheslin Colby.
Super work here by Hansen, and then Jimmy O'Brien. Unbelievable work from him. But then it was just too much. Fury had a great carry out here. When I saying he was on for his defence, but big ball carry from him. Big line, great line from the big man.
Yeah, just finding a soft shoulder the inside of Caelan Doris there, Mostert, and that was enough. Now Cheslin Colby, 1 from 1, but it was right in front. Of course, he's not a top-notch recognised goal kicker, top-notch recognised finisher, yes. I agree with you, Phil, I'm not quite sure how they didn't finish on the right-hand side. And that's what happens when you don't have world-class off the kicking tee.
We got 6 blue change.
Yeah, I said it already, Pollard's a huge loss in that case, but regardless of that, they really need to find that person who, and whether that's Libok or someone who's not currently in with them, that he's going to be the next in line, but needs to be given game time going forward.
Jack Conan coming on. There he is, 3 starts in a Lions Test jersey last summer. Johnny Sexton's hanging restart, taken by Mostert. Big impact he's made, not just the try. So a converted try to put South Africa into the lead. Are they going to try and go from deep here? Here's Dion Fury. Still got a bit of pace for a man of 36.
No hands now.
It's not the oldest man on the field though. That honour still belongs to Johnny Sexton. Herring tries to steal the ball back, but it's protected by South Africa.
9 use.
Faf de Klerk, Willems, Willie LaRue, and up comes Balakoon. Does not bring down Deolande though. Mostert. In go Ireland low in the form of James Ryan. Right round the ankles, tempted counter ruck.
Take it in.
Willems up. This time they do go to the boot. It's going to bounce again. A few times Ireland have let it hit the turf.
Ireland hold in front.
Off goes Hansen. Can he judge it in the air? Up he goes.
Backcourt.
Willems up.
50-22
is that going to go out on the full? Will it land short? It's out on the full. The great cheers around this sellout of Eva Stadium.
2-on-2. Yeah, water break, please. Water break. Time is off.
Water break for the players as we look again at Willems misjudging that by several metres. Other scores today: Italy 49, Samoa 17, Scotland 28, Fiji 12. Scotland given a bit of a scare, especially in the first half, by Fiji. And then Wales 23, New Zealand 55. 8 tries by New Zealand in Cardiff.
A couple of good games to kick it all off, but just see Cian Healy's come on there. I'm always so impressed by him at his age, for what he's been through in an injury profile front, to still be going. And even at the start of this season, moving from loose head over to tight head to show his versatility. He is a brilliant loose head, so I'd imagine he's going to be staying there going forward, but just to have that versatility to go over if needed be, and that's what's going to be key at a World Cup.
It's like watching the Bermuda Classics here. You got a 35-year-old, a 36-year-old, and a 37-year-old out there.
Age doesn't matter once they keep producing it.
Cian Healy, you're quite right. He almost had to retire from the game with a neck injury. But back he came. Healy's 119th cap. But he actually first played against South Africa in 2009. 13 years ago. That's about getting in the way. Sexton into outer space. Colby in trouble. Quagga Smith does well to clear up that ball. Mbanambi, a desperate pass by Mbanambi. Willie LaRue under pressure now. Billinza, as Cian Healy tried to charge him down. Now Mac Hansen. They can prosper here, Ireland. Hansen, and support from Keenan inside. Gibson Park for James Ryan, strong and direct into Cock. Cian Healy, Treadwell and Phelan around him. Good driving by the forwards.
Advantage offside.
Jack Conan, offside advantage to Ireland from a position from which they could kick 3 points. Treadwell,
and not rolling. Yes,
penalty, not rolling. Sexton, free play. Jimmy O'Brien. Up goes LaRue with O'Brien, back for the penalty, and with 8.5 minutes to go. Well, Johnny Sexton has missed his last couple of kicks. He needs to nail this one should they go for the post, which you would expect they might do.
Yeah, shot at nothing there, but what was Manambi doing trying to play it like that with such a poor pass in the 22, putting Billinson then under huge pressure to try and clear it.
Shot called.
Interesting that they're going for post here when a similar position earlier they went for the line out.
Well, obviously Johnny Sexton's the captain, so it's his call, and you know, look at the scoreboard.
Yeah,
5 points.
From now, when I indicate,
we all know how important an 8-point lead is. It takes you beyond a converted try, and it might just be enough this kick to seal an Irish victory. It gives them some latitude. Man who scored over 1,000 points for Ireland. There's the predicted kick success rate, under 50%. Johnny Sexton, confirmation there that he's missed 2 today, and they were both from that side of the pitch in similar positions. Has he managed to recalibrate? Can he get the algebra and geometrics right for this one? Johnny Sexton's computer-like brain delivers the right result.
That's his mental strength, time and time again. Yes, kicking probably below par of where he measures himself at the day, but to back himself, go for that, to put Ireland 8 points ahead, he's just a phenomenal competitor.
Yeah, he's a warrior, no doubt about that. Up goes Keenan, that's a great take. Wonderful work. It was Willems in there, pouncing from the kickoff.
All the way.
They still feel they've got a chance. Converted try, penalty drop goal would be enough in the last 6 minutes. Etzebeth carries. Here's Willems. Matt Hansen came into the line. I think he may have knocked the ball on as he made that challenge.
It's in the tackle and deflected in the line out, so it's an option, all right? It's in the tackle, so it's an option for line out in the scrum. South Africa. Option. Scrum. Park to high. Go back, go back.
Super work by Willems there. Again involved. I've seen those been called before.
Yeah, Matthew, I'm okay.
Little smirk from Mark Hansen. Maybe he's thinking the same as you.
I know at times people saying, like, if you're genuinely competing for it, it shouldn't be a yellow card. You know, if you're 100% genuine competing for it. But I don't know whether he's fully committed to that tackle.
Advantage.
Penalty advantage, South Africa.
Play advantage.
After Clark, 31 years of age now, always a busy boy in those flowing golden locks of his. James Ryan doing his defensive duty there, and now Vincent Koch, who's carried well. Van der Fleer tackles Damien de Allende. Hostart, one trial ready for him. Colby.
Roll away,
even with his balletic dancing feet, he can't beat the Irish defence from there. Vincent Koch spins it round for Willie LaRue. Great defence by Robert Balakoon. Reading out of the ball, there's a try. Courtney Aronson gets in. The over-the-top offload from Eben Etzebeth was up to goal standard. And it's the Springboks in the green and gold. They're right back in this game.
We didn't see a huge amount from Aronson at the start. Great work here by Koch to get the ball out into the second line of attack. Balakoon, you thought he'd done enough, but Etzebeth getting his hands free, and the danger man, and Aronson out there to finish off.
Well, they haven't got a goal kicker, and that's the problem. It could cost them the game here.
Great work by Koch there. Willie LaRue keeping the ball alive. And Etzebeth manages, as he would, to commit 3 Irish defenders there, and still they can't stop him getting the ball away.
Jack Nienaber and Rassie Erasmus on his 50th birthday in the coaching box there. Aaron being told to hurry up.
They need to be careful here.
Well, we saw in the Australia-New Zealand game when Bernard Foley was called for time wasting, New Zealand got a scrum and won the game through a Jody Parrott try off the end of it. Johnny Sexton still struggling with that thigh injury. So Joey Carberry comes on to hopefully, from an Irish perspective, close out the game, which he's done many times before, but that is not a hopeful sight for Ireland going forward this November. Their talisman and star is injured, as is Murray, as is McCluskey, as is Furlong.
No, lads, no.
Well, it's this kind of moment that is it's just set up for someone like Cheslin Colby to work some ridiculous magic on the wide outside, beat half a dozen defenders and win the game for his country. But Johnny Sexton, having survived for so long and put Ireland into that 8-point lead, eventually succumbs to that injury. Herring, South Africa have really tried to make a mess of this Ireland line out. Oh, the ball comes out, and it's illegally so from South Africa. Etzebeth thought he was away, but it's a penalty to Ireland. Joey Carberry has nailed penalties from positions like this for province and country before.
Let's go, decision.
France going for the corner, taking careful consideration of the clock into their thinking. Because if Ireland go in this line out, they can chew up a lot of this last final minute and 8 seconds.
Hold the line,
Yeah,
hold the
Elspeth
gap.
at the last
hold
one
the
and
gap,
put
hold
Ireland
the
under
gap.
pressure.
Hold
Just
the
made
gap.
a messy ball from the Herring cleaned up, so she's about securing the line out first and foremost.
Hasn't functioned metronomically, the Irish line out today. This time it does. Jack Conan takes it.
No hands.
Clean as you like. Gibson Park, Ringrose, good couple of meters through contact by Ringrose. He's had a good game today for Ireland.
No, away.
Irish players all
What's the
stacked
score,
up on the right-hand side. Treadwell was one of those. Gibson Park, under 30 seconds to go.
No,
Here he goes in.
out the players.
Running down the clock is always a dangerous thing to do, because referees are quite happy to give a penalty against you. 10 seconds. One more phase will do it for Ireland. 60,000 count down the clock.
Whoa, what a test match that was. If South Africa had a kicker, that could have been a different result. If you look at the possession overall, South Africa had 56% possession. It was a belter of a test match. Ireland needed, but I think they're going to have to be looking at their injury list going forward. But they'll take it down. Have they found all the answers to that physical, big power game that South Africa? I'm not quite sure, but if that's a huge scalp and a huge win for Ireland.
Well, it certainly is. Now let's hear from the Bank of Ireland player of the match. The player of the match, Bank of Ireland player of the match, is Josh van der Fleer, who we shall hear from in a few minutes when he's got his breath back. And there's confirmation of that. Great performance, great try. The critical try in that left-hand corner. Well, he somehow managed to squiggle and squirm and ground the ball under a mass of bodies. Still not quite sure, Fiona, how he managed to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it. The rest of the pack had to get them in, but that is phenomenal. 1916 win for Ireland. Van der Fleer, probably we didn't see him doing what he normally does with the link play and things like that, and his ball carries, but he got down, he got dirty. The amount of tackles he put in was unbelievable.
Yeah, and confirmation of that final score. It's Ireland have beaten South Africa by 19 points to 16 here in Dublin. A lot of injured players shaking hands. Luke de Jager shaking hands with the wrong hand. He's done some damage to that right shoulder. Johnny Sexton limped off. Same for Tadhg Furlong. And Stuart McCluskey injured a wrist or an elbow or a shoulder. Conor Murray limped off too. Ireland will have to regroup for next week's game against Fiji, when another collection of players may get an opportunity against slightly weaker opposition. But Scotland struggled today against Fiji. More powerful South Sea Island sides these days, with players like Malachi Fekitoa back into the South Seas fold. But Ireland backing up that victory after a 5-year gap. 38-3 it was then, 1916 it was this time. And now let's hear from the Bank of Ireland player of the match, Josh van der Fleer.
Josh van der Fleer, you are the Bank of Ireland man of the match. How does it feel to win a test match like that?
Yeah, great. Sport was unbelievable here. We're against a really good South African team. There wasn't much in it at all, really. They're a really, really good side. But incredibly proud of the lads. Fought it till the end and managed to get the win. So delighted with that.
Take us inside that attacking maul, that crucial score that you got down, and the lads in commentary said that you had the presence of mind in the middle of it all to get the ball down.
I didn't do much, to be honest. I was just sitting at the back of it trying to push as hard as I can, and the lads at the front did brilliantly, managed to get us going forward, and I had the easy bit then.
How significant is it, Josh, in the development of this team? Every challenge that's been put in front of you this year, you've met it, and to beat the world champions on home soil today.
Yeah, it's great. Andy challenged us 2 years ago when he came in, or 3 years ago now. That we keep improving every time we play, every campaign we have. We try and improve, and so far we've pretty much managed to do that. So it's a very exciting group, really good group of players, and everyone's keen to get better. So I'm sure we'll try and get better from that again and keep trying to move forward.
And a word for the amazing support you had in this stadium today.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It makes such a difference, it really does. Incredible to have a full house all cheering for us, and it was incredible support. So thanks so much everyone who supported us.
Congratulations, Josh. Well done. Well
Thanks
done.
very much.
13 of their last 18 against New Zealand, South Africa and Australia.
It's pretty impressive, you know, and I think Van der Veer said it there. It's not about now, like they'll take that win, they'll enjoy it, but it's about evolving and where they're going next. You know, obviously their eyes are very much set on the World Cup next year, and they're going to have to step it up another level, but they've done everything on the path to get there.
Yeah, Ireland now won 31 of their last 33 games at the Aviva Stadium, and centre stage for most of those, Ireland's captain, 37-year-old Johnny Sexton.
Johnny, congratulations. What a win, what a test match.
Yeah, that's the key word, test match. It was a real proper test match. South Africa pressure in ways that not many other teams do, with their physicality, with how they play the game, and they're tough to play against. And we had a couple of opportunities we didn't quite capitalise on, but like we dug in there and showed great grit and determination, and the pack really fronted up.
How significant was it to win a game like this? A lot of people said that Ireland struggle against physical teams, struggle against the power game, but you fronted up today in every way.
Yeah, we fronted up. We always front up. It's just the intricacies of our game that can be exposed sometimes when we don't quite get it right. And I suppose we didn't play at our best, but sometimes they don't let you, and they make things very difficult for you. They're in our World Cup pool, so we're going to meet again in 12 months' time, and in a neutral venue. We obviously had an amazing crowd here today, which always helps. So neutral venue next time, it'll be one hell of a game.
I know you don't talk about that far down the line usually, but is it significant because of that, Johnny, that you know you're going to be meeting these guys down the line at the World Cup?
Yeah, well, if we lost, we would have just said we learned, and we got to learn now when we win as well, because they play the game a certain way, and you need to be really adaptable to how you play against it. We did it well at times, and at other times we didn't quite capitalise on it. But look, test match rugby's about winning, and thankfully we got the win.
A few sore bodies out there. How are you yourself?
Yeah, got a knock on the quad and ribs on one tackle at the start of the second half, and struggled a little bit with it in the second half, but hopefully we'll get in the ice bath. It'll be okay for next week. 2
more games to go in this series. Is it all about keeping that momentum going, improving week to week?
Yeah, big game. We had a tough game last night, obviously, and we got to go again for next week. Fiji really put it up to Scotland today. We saw probably the first half, and they're a typical Fijian team. We need to be ready for them.
Congratulations, Johnny. Well done.
Cheers.
Brilliant.
Yeah, a lot of hematomas and contusions today amongst both sides, but pure rugby. Johnny Sexton was indicating there, and we know what he means. It really was a grizzled old contest. Let's hear the reaction from the South African captain, Sia Khaleesi.
Sia, commiserations. That was a hell of a test match out there. It was so close in the end. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, we always knew it was going to be tough, and we would get minimal opportunities. But yeah, when we did create opportunities, we didn't take them. And when you play against a world-class team like this, they had 1 or 2 sniffs and they took both of them and they scored tries. But congrats to them, they did well. They stopped our mauls, they stopped our scrumming too. Now they came out firing today as we thought they would.
Is it frustrating to you that you left a few points there out in the field in terms of goal kicking today?
Yeah, no, 100%. It is frustrating. In a game like this, small margins like that may make a big difference. But we can't blame the goal kickers. There were so many other opportunities that we left out there. There's so much that we need to look at as a team.
In terms of what Ireland brought, did they bring everything that you expected them to bring, and did they show why they've been doing so well and are ranked #1 in the world at the moment?
No, 100%. They played well, like we knew they would. Some of the passes stuck, but our defense was good at times too. They held their discipline and they took the points when they're an amazing team. The Irish people should really be proud of their team and keep on supporting them and celebrating them.
Thanks to you. Good luck for the rest of the series.
Thank you, sir.
Cheers.
Thank you.